The Double Take Podcast.
Hello, children of God.
Hi.
Welcome to what episode are we on now? You know what?
This
Welcome
episode.
to another episode
Word.
of the Double Take Podcast, where we talk about things that make you go, hold on, what? Sorry. Where we talk about everything and nothing at all. My name is Joe, and my best girl's name here is.
I almost thought I'd become my best friend.
I could have said that, but I wasn't sure how
You
you
put
were going
a
to react
pause.
to it.
You put pause.
Hey, I was going to
This
say
is how you
best
should be
friend.
knowing your place in people's
Hey,
life.
God, I beg. All right.
Now.
My best friend.
No, I'm not taking
Name.
it. To, you are saying it under duress.
Okay, sorry. I'll say
When-
it properly another time.
When you are ready, send me a mail.
What's your name?
My name is Itoluwa Kishi. Kishi for short because you people are Gen Z or whatever and you have short attention span and you
All
can't
these
commit.
millennials.
You can't commit to things. So yeah, just say Kishi. You can remove the. What did I do?
What do you mean we can't commit to things?
If you could commit to things, you say it in full.
Yes, I call you by your full name
How many times
regularly.
in a month?
Regularly.
Is it as much as you call your boyfriend's name?
No, I don't even use my boyfriend's name at all.
Interesting. There's power in the name.
Okay.
This is why, you have to be, you need to go back and touch your roots. Did you ever watch Back to the Roots on NTA? They used to do story like this. Back to the roots. This is it's like Tales by Moonlight.
I know things by Moonlight.
But
I
this
used
one
to
is
watch
back
that
to
one.
the roots. What I was trying to, you have to go back to your roots. See, names are not just names. They're not just what they seem. They are very important. And they're connected to a person's side, a person's subconscious. It matters that when you have a pet name for them, always try to be calling them their name. It improves your bond with them. It shows a level of familiarity. It like your spirit, you connect on a spiritual level. So don't just baby all the time. Sometimes call his full name. Call him in full. It matters. I'm telling you. I know a lot about affairs of the earth.
You sound too like that. That's more than enough. Don't you ever do that again. Don't ever do that again.
See, do you know that in all of this, my problem is that is this how I want to become a global woman? A global talent with H factor.
You know you can actually train that thing out of yourself. You know you can, right?
How will I do it? Teach me.
Practice.
I'm trying.
You want me to be your speech coach? I can do it.
Yes, then I don't have to pay. Because I
No
told
problem.
Lemon that I want
You can
to
train
go
it
for
out.
speech
I
therapy.
actually had to do it for my dad.
I want to
No.
go for speech therapy and he said no, there's no need. But since you have decided to be my oh God, you people get ready. There's gonna be a new me.
We're going to make her international.
Yes, international PM. Did we ever talk about what we do?
You know I'm currently unemployed, so please let's not do that today.
That's
Not
good.
today. When
So-
I finally am gainfully and profitably employed. That's very important.
Profit.
See, there's some employment, there's no employment. Let's be very honest. That's not the topic for today, but there's some
want to
employment that
visit-
is not.
I feel like we have to visit a lot, and I feel like when we want to have this thing, we should actually have guests. Let's be bringing our girls one by one to come and talk
Actually, yeah.
about the shackles
of capitalism.
of capitalism. How it has held them by the
You know,
throat.
we're still going to get to capitalism in this episode. We're coming. But first of all, I will still reach there now.
Okay,
Second
I like
part.
it.
But first of all, I have a very interesting question to ask you people. But obviously, you cannot answer me through the camera. So I will ask her, she will ask me, and then you people will answer in the comment section. My question is, if you got famous today, let's take for example, this podcast just blows and we become truly international, you know, and Elon Musk is in your DM, but you're ignoring him, that sort of famous. Say you got famous today. What's going to change about you?
First off,
Mm-hmm.
you have dropped a bombshell.
Yes.
There's a possibility of getting famous.
There's always a possibility of getting famous. I'm not
I
sure
have
what you're
never
talking about.
thought about it.
Why?
I just fame is something really. Oof.
Wait, you've actually never thought of what it would be like to be famous? To walk the streets and have random people say hi. And
That's a
tell
lot.
you they love what you do.
That is a lot.
Wow.
A whole lot.
Okay.
And it's crazy that I am not really interested in fame, considering the fact that I keep telling myself that my face is made for the camera. But if I became famous, what would change about me?
Mm-hmm.
If I became famous, that means I would actually be rich.
I assume so.
My shoes, man.
Yeah.
My shoes.
You will need to give us a bit more specifics.
See, people think I currently wear boots. When I'm rich
You wear boots.
and I can afford the boots that I want,
Oh.
custom designs of boots in my head.
Okay.
I will even wear a boot for my wedding.
That one was already okay, maybe not for you, Sha, but
Oh,
go
we've
ahead.
agreed.
Yes, now.
Thank you. I thought I'll have to beg you.
We've already had that conversation.
But shoes, what other thing would then change about me apart from shoes? I don't know. I think that's what I would be spending most of my money on. Family and shoes. I think you
Okay.
can tell the quality of my life has
For
changed
sure.
by my shoes.
Yeah, but that's the moneyed part of being famous. How about your character, for instance? What will change about how you act, how you move, how you behave, how you relate with people?
So the one thing I think would change about how I move is that I think that fame restricts you.
Yes, it does. If you want it to.
So I've seen how people treat celebrities and the likes. And to be honest, if I were a celebrity, I'll be somebody like Bruno Mars that just comes and goes. That's the kind of person I want, because it's okay. Diverting a bit, when I was in school and when my mental health struggles were very, very, I was in the thick of it. I used to write a lot because that was the only way I could express myself. And I wrote a lot and I posted on Instagram. I would post on Instagram, and through this, I made new friends. But there was a burden because these people that were becoming my friends were becoming my friends because I was expressing things they were feeling. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So I felt that burden, like, it feels like these people kind of look at me as, I don't know the word it is, but there was that, it was some sort of fame. It was
Hero
also,
worship?
no, not hero worship. I just felt like they think of me as this person who is able to talk about the things they are feeling,
Okay.
who is in the struggle with them.
Okay.
Which, yeah, true.
You were.
But now there is this extra layer on me that I can talk about it while some others can't. And the people that see me talk about it, they reach out to me. We bond over this. We talk about it. It was just, at a point, it became a lot for me. Because a lot of the
Okay.
people I knew in that time were fellow people that were struggling with
Yeah,
mental health.
yeah.
And we're also young and struggling with mental health and not getting the help that we needed.
Right.
So the help that we were kind of getting was within ourselves. We talk to ourselves, try to like help each other, tell each other to hold on and all of that. But as a young person, I think I was probably 18 or 17 or 19, who was going through all of these things that I have no idea how to like actually understand what is wrong with my head. Now having to deal with my friend A or B also feeling the same things and all of that. It was a burden.
Right.
So I feel like if I became famous, what would actually change about me is that it would restrict me. Because now I'm somebody that people look up to. I'm somebody that people expect to act in a certain way. And I don't want to act in that certain way. You know me. You know how I'm easygoing, good-going. I do whatever I want to do. But if I become a celebrity now or famous, you people mean that I have to
Eyes
edit
are
all of
on
my
you.
pictures?
No. Hell no.
There are a lot of things, there are a lot of unspoken requirements that just, so I would become more closeted. You know those kind of people that they're just a people that there are people that know them. You don't know anything about them. That's actually, I'm sure that's what would change about me. I would become less outgoing, actually.
That sounds sad.
Yeah, of course.
That sounds sad. But then, I want to point something out. But to get to that point, I think I should mention that I've always thought of what it would look like if I was famous, given the sort of childhood I had. I always had opportunities and moments that looked like I would.
Of
get
course,
to
you
that
played
point.
the guitar,
Yeah, I played the
you
saxophone.
sing,
I played
the
the saxophone, I
you
sang,
sing.
I won awards as a kid, all of that. So I always had it in my head somewhere that it is very possible that one day something will just happen and then boom, I'm suddenly famous. So I've always had to think of what it would look like to be famous here. And I think early on I did understand that the way I interacted with people would have to change.
Of course it would.
Yes. I know I did grow up looking for approval a lot, right? But I also understood that being famous would mean that I have all the approval I needed and then more. Approval I did not want anything to do with, right? And so I understood that being famous will make me suddenly become I need to pick and choose the type of interactions I have. There are certain ways I cannot talk to people anymore. You know, I have to make sure that I'm friendly without being inviting. You know, all that funky.
There's just a lot of rules. They are not necessarily written rules, but they are rules you have to follow.
But then I grew up a bit, and then I realized that being famous means that there is something you give that only you can give. And so because you are in that privileged position, it also means that you get to choose how you want to do your giving, right? So when you said that you have to edit your pictures, I'm like, no. I did not become famous because my pictures were edited. So why do I have to now change that part?
See, that was just an option.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying that there are certain things that sound unwritten that you might have to do.
But you see, the thing about this thing is that it depends on the kind of place that you become famous.
True.
The industry.
True.
It matters a lot.
But
also,
example,
wait, your agency
yeah.
matters
that
a lot.
one.
And because there is all of this politics
around
going on.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming
yes,
from?
I understand. But then I also think of certain people who have become famous and still somehow manage to hold on to who they were
What's
before.
the percentage?
It is very low.
See, I think about
it is very, very
Beautiful
low.
Nubia a lot.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of Beautiful Nubia.
Okay.
Egbomi. I'm a big fan, and he used to, like, sometimes when we go to his concerts or whatever, and in some like tweets and stuff, he talks about when he quit his job. I think it was, I've forgotten what he was doing, but he quit it to like pursue his music career. And there was a lot of this thing about him singing songs that people would like, leaving the path that he has chosen to go a different path, because this would sell more, it will make him more money, he will not be poor. That happens to a lot of people. Because if the times I was pursuing a modeling career,
you pursued a modeling career?
I walked wrong ways in OAU.
How am I just hearing about this?
You never see my pictures?
No.
I used to post throwbacks of me on runways.
Never.
I even went for a few models casting call. I really tried.
Oh wow.
What I think is that back then, as a young person that was pursuing that career, I feel like I would have been open to suggestions that people would have made to me, because I was trying to like get my footing, be able to make money to take care of my mother and my sister, take care of myself and all of that. So there's that. So if you think about it, a lot of people see something has got to give.
True.
In the good words of the artist. I've forgotten his name.
Remember the artist.
That's because I always confuse him with another person. I always confuse him with Leon. Is it Leon Bridges or whatever? I always confuse him with, I confuse them because of their hair, but apparently they don't look alike. Something has got to give. Something has, now it's left to you that, is this price worth paying?
That
And now
is
for
correct.
me, I don't think there's any price, especially now that I've been able to like grow into myself, settle into the person I am, and I am interested in how far I can go, who I'm going to become tomorrow, how much better I can be. There is no price enough worth it. There's nothing worth it enough for me to give up part of myself.
Yes.
Like, while I would, a lot of people would think of me as a front person, I'm always doing this, I'm always doing that. But to be honest, in a lot of other things, especially structured things, I prefer to take a backseat position. Like, if I ever got involved in politics, you will never know that I'm involved. I prefer to like be one of those people behind, organizing, dropping my money, taking care of it, making sure things work. So that's it. But I think that it's just from our perspective.
True.
I think I would be sadder if I were famous.
What if it was a controlled thing?
Fame, controlled.
No. Okay, controlled is the wrong word. What if the extent were limited?
I don't like that what if. I don't like the fact that the negative what ifs are more than the positive what ifs.
That's fair.
Sure, you get.
That is fair.
As somebody that is always going towards thinking about the negative what ifs, I have to look at the negatives more than the positive. If they are more than the positives, let's be out of it.
So you don't want this podcast to blow, is what I'm hearing.
No, I knew you were going to do that. Oh God, no! I want this podcast to blow, and I just want that when it does, I want us to be able to keep our individuality.
Oh yeah, we can do that as long as we decide before that happens that that's what we intend to do.
Because it matters to me a lot. As somebody who has lost themselves a lot and found themselves, I don't want to lose myself again. So it matters. Wait, we're becoming a sad suck.
Anyway. So
word of the day. Something's got to give.
Something's got to give.
You just have to decide.
What was the word that producer used?
Socrates.
Yes, she's the Socrates.
You just have to decide if it's worth it.
Yeah.
For a lot of things, different aspects of your life, relationships, career, moving from one house to the other, something has always got to give. Wearing these clothes instead of wearing a trouser and a top like a normal young person, something has got to give. Yeah. So
tell us in the comments what you think will change about you if you got famous. Yeah. And if there's anything we're missing, we're not seeing in our discussion of what fame would look like, let us know.
Talk to me about it.
Because we would like to make this podcast blow. Yeah, would like to know how to handle it.
I want to handle fame. Oh my God!
I would like to be walking body jama kind of I want it double take a coin.
It would be so nice. Currently,
it would be so
we're kind
nice.
of famous in this city.
Sort of, yes. Actually.
Now imagine that dog goes and it goes national, and it means that we're walking on the streets of Paris, and so we're like, "Hi, Kishi for short." And this is your. I absolutely loved your episode about being famous. I could be at a cafe just grabbing a drink and somebody, oh my God, Kishi for short.
Can I take a
wait? We're changing my name to Kishi for short. But yeah. So tell us how to handle fame, please. Oh,
we need to start practicing.
Sing.
We need to start practicing for when we're truly famous.
Because apparently, according to the famous man, Olamide, something you will not accept as a rich man, you start rejecting it as a poor man.
Socrates word of the day.
Olamide, Bado.
Waiting, they collect as poor man. Now waiting, go collect as rich man.
Word.
Yes.
So, moving on. I know you have something that's doing like this,
pinching my chest, and it gets white.
Let's have this.
Okay.
But wait, before we go to that, let's talk about our next event. So, what has happened is that one day, we're probably going to have another episode about a lot of random things that I come up with or she comes up with, and then all you have to do is
random
just say,
is the name of the game.
I want to do this thing. Oh yeah, we're making it happen. So we started a wine club. We started from her sending me a WhatsApp message of, oh, we'll do a wine club.
I was
And
inside
said,
bus that day.
and I said, yes, we'll do it. And then we started it. So we have our next meetup, March, right?
Yes.
March 15th of this month in
Yep.
Ibadan. We're going to be drinking red wine or sparkling wine. You're supposed to come with a drink
Come with a bottle.
and a bottle.
Yes.
A bottle. Don't bring it
Don't
inside
come with
cup,
iced
oh.
tea or chase your
Yeah. Our love affair was the month before. when
Yes,
we
that
brought
one has gone.
people
We'll do
who don't
another one
So this
maybe
thing is
later.
one. And then as a twist, we're going to be having a murder mystery game.
Murder mystery.
Ooh. If you want to like know more about this, you can send me a message or check us out on Instagram at the Cock Conclave. That's what we have. But we're
You
having
can
a,
tweet at us. We'll answer
you
you.
can also tweet that. We'll answer you. Well, one of us is jobless.
Yes,
So
me.
they will always answer you.
Please, if you have work.
I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, so we hope to see. It's usually really fun. You can ask people that have been there. We just come around, talk, gist, play games, and this time around we're having the murder mystery game.
Yep.
I'm actually very excited
Betrayals,
about how
scandals,
that
you know,
is going to happen.
everything.
So yeah, now we can
Fun.
move on. You can open
Aha,
up.
yes. The thing that is very, very, that is pinch my heart. I'm unemployed, as she has told you, which means that I usually wake up, late in the day and figure out how my day will go. And, around 2:10, 2:15, there's this school beside my house that will ring bell. Ring, 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 ring. And, as a normal human being, okay, actually, that's not true. I'm not normal. You would think that these are children, right? It's almost 2:30. They should be on their way home. They're actually leaving break time to go back into class to continue learning from teachers that they've been learning from
Extra
since
lesson.
8 a.m. No, that's not extra lesson. That's still school period. School is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
What?
Yes.
When did that happen?
Forever. I went to school from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. too.
You did?
Yes.
Did I go to school from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.? No, I didn't. Except I did extra lesson. And when I went to boarding house,
No, when we did extra lesson, it was still 6:30.
and when I went to boarding house, we used to have break 11. We used to close by 2 then. In boarding house, when we close and eat lunch, we'll come back and do siesta. Okay.
So now, my grouse is this. I never liked it when I was in secondary school. I am now an adult. I still do not like it. These are children. They are not adults. Why are they on the same schedule that working class adults are on? Why would they have to get to school at 7:30 a.m.
You know what's crazy?
and leave school at 4 p.m.? Why?
They are not on the same schedule as working class adults. Because working class adults even sleep during the day. They sleep, they go on
Thank you.
like an hour lunch break.
You will start
They can
class
take a rest.
7:45 a.m. till 10:15 when you will have a 5-minute break. At least that's how it worked in my own secondary school. Then after that, 2 more classes. Then you have a 30-minute break. Then 2 classes, another 30-minute break. Then 2 classes. And then you go home. If you are unlucky, you will reach home. Lesson teacher is waiting for you. Or you are in SS3 and you will wait. Other students will go home. You will stay in school and do jam lesson. Why? How is a child supposed to learn anything?
I think that it comes back to the society that we live in. See, I want to talk about 2 angles of this.
Okay.
The first angle that I like to talk about is community.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I was in junior secondary school, if I come back home from school, there is a grandma beside our house that I usually stay with. What am I trying to say is, see, they feed into each other. We live in a
Yes.
place where people are striving, constantly striving to make money, to make ends meet. They go to shop in the morning or they work in the bank. I remember back then when I was in junior school, the man that used to carry me to school was a banker in Dubai. And we used to leave our house around Omeapata as early as 6 a.m. Now, this was a man with 2 kids, but thankfully, he had a full-on stay-at-home wife. And then he comes back later at night to make money for this house. Do you understand? Sometimes on Saturday, they used to do some auditing stuff. You have to go to work. And there are a lot of people like this. I think that one of the reasons why I won't speak to the people that just don't like their children. I don't know why they give birth to them. One of the reasons why a lot of these people have their children moving from class to extra lessons because what are they going to be doing? There's nobody at home. A lot of people have gotten community again. There's this, I'm by myself, oh, not to concern with anybody. No family should come near me. No friends should come near me. Situation. See, before, I personally, I was brought up by a community. There were so many times I didn't live with my mother. I was brought up by this uncle, that uncle. Why that has its negative effects, it also had its good effects because it meant that I never had,
in your corner.
also I never had to stay out of school.
Okay, yeah.
If my mother was between places and whatever, I was always going to school because I had people to stay with, people to take care of me for that. And my mother could travel and leave me alone because there are people to take care of. A lot of people these days don't have people like that. So it means that if my child, let's say I work 9 to 5 in Lagos, 9 to 5, last, I'll reach home, maybe 10. If my child finishes school by 2, where is he supposed to stay?
Until you're out.
Until I am out of work, because I don't have anybody at home for the child to go and meet. What I think could be done is that, because where is the room for this child to grow? Where is the room for this child to know something more? See, you know what's crazy? Yesterday, when myself and my sister were coming home, a woman was absolutely chastising her son outside in front of everybody because he was playing ball.
Oh, come on.
She said it was dirty. It was this, and I'm like,
He's
do you know how much footballers earn?
Well,
Do you get? It was very embarrassing.
No,
And I
but
feel
then-
like
children are meant to play, no?
exactly. See, I was not telling my sister that this child will grow up and need therapy because of the way. See, it's a different thing for you to get home and scold me than for you to be scolding me on the streets of Bojija. Everybody that is now passing by, they will now join the mommy
Yeah.
in scolding. One woman was like, "Say, as you're getting, answer to your mommy, answer to your leg." Do you know that kind of thing? Of course,
so
when
much
that
going
child,
on.
if he really loves the football, when he gets to secondary school, he'll be taking extra clothes to school. That will happen, obviously. But while we are trying, I feel like parents, while I'm not a parent, I honestly can't speak to a lot of your experiences, but I think I've raised a kid before and I've lived with parents. Share it. While you're trying to, like, maximize your time, make sure that you make money, make sure that you're there for their children. Remember that they are children. Do you understand? And play is, if you speak with child psychologists, I think they will tell you
Yeah.
that play is actually a very important.
Extremely
So I feel like
important.
if my child, for example, if my child finishes school by 2 p.m., instead of going to an extra lesson, I would be happier to send him to a different school where what they do is play.
Yeah. Hobbies.
Like a playground,
Play.
you build stuff, you have fun,
Yeah.
all of those kind of
Paint,
things. I know that
Lego,
when I
all
was
that fun
in
stuff.
school, we used to have that particular stretch of it that is called extracurricular.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Thursday, last 2 periods.
That's what you do.
Actually, I think, right, the point you brought up is very valid, that the school schedule is built around the work schedule. You resume at 9, you drop your child off at 8, you have 1 hour to get to work, and then by the time you close at like 5, you can pick up your child, whatever, all that. All well and good. I understand that the times are what they are, and sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. But when we understand that you cannot keep children cooped up within 4 walls for 7 hours, because when you think about it, it's 7 hours that they are inside the classroom listening to an old man just drone on and on and on and on. And if you speak to educationists, they tell you that after the first, I think the max is 45 minutes, nothing is entering your head again.
See, it's not
You're
just
not learning
educational.
anything again.
Me,
No.
that I am an adult like this. If I'm
After
in a
25
meeting,
minutes, I can't hear anything
if I'm in
again.
a meeting and it's passing 1 hour, my brain, I want to start playing again on my phone because
So,
that's the only way to keep
I
myself
feel
alert.
like, we are the upcoming parents of the next generation. When the time comes, you will also be ready to be able to tackle these things head on, to be able to lend your voice, right, and advocate for your children, because they are children. They cannot
they can't
fight
speak
these
for
fights
themselves.
for themselves.
And to be honest,
And another angle that we should also mention, it's a different thing, but the same way our age group is becoming parents It's the same way our age group will become proprietresses and owners of schools, right? This also falls to you to advocate for these children that are put in your care, right? Play is important. I don't know how else to say
it,
this. Play is extremely important for a child. So please, for those of us who will become tomorrow's principals and tomorrow's proprietresses, let's focus less on the syllabus and more on the actual well-being of these children. It's very important if we are going to make the real leaders of tomorrow. They said we were leaders of tomorrow. I know they lead anything till now. But you know, that's beside.
That's a story for another day. So basically, look at us, so passionate about children. Wow.
Advocate for the kids.
Save the kids. Save the kids from the jaws of the capitalist economy.
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
Advocate for the kids. And with that, we've come to the end of this episode.
I would actually like to hear from people. I would want you guys to like leave comments, send messages about what you think about it. Do you think the educational system needs a reform? Why do you think parents are dropping their kids in school from 8 a.m. to 8
And if you
p.m.?
think they need a reform,
what kind of reform?
yeah, be
what
specific. What should
do?
change?
So let's talk about. I feel like this is a conversation we should be having compared to the conversations we keep having on Twitter. I don't really care who cooks for their boyfriend or their husband.
Honestly,
or not. I don't give a flying fuck.
I don't care.
I said it. I'm sorry. Pardon my French. But yeah, so thank you so much. We really appreciate that you keep coming to spend time with us, listen to us, and we'll see you next episode.
Yep.
Register for the next conclave. Come around. Have wine with us. Let's talk
and if there's anything you want us to talk about,
you can.
Let's know.
Let's know. We'll hash it out.
Yeah.
And I think that very soon we'll start having guests here. So we'll be putting out the word for you guys to please bring your people who come and talk to us.
And if you think you're an expert on something interesting and you want to be a guest,
tell me.
Let's know about it. We just might have you on the show.
As we always do, ciao.
Chaz.
Ciao.